Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my full honest review of the Chicco Next2Me Bedside Baby Crib, and this is the original version. So by the end of this video you're going to know whether or not this is the baby crib for you, whether or not you're going to want to buy it, and also make sure to watch to the end for a full how to set up and how to assemble of the crib. Let's get into it. Let's first of all talk about what makes the Chicco Next2Me crib different. So the unique selling point of the Chicco Next2Me is that it has a detachable side. So you take this side down and then this tucks in right next to your bed, and it gives you the feel of co-sleeping without actually having your baby in the bed with you. So that's kind of the unique selling point of this. It is also a freestanding crib, so you can, like it is done here, you can put the side up and it becomes a freestanding separate crib for you. So that's kind of the main unique selling point of the crib. How long can you use this crib for? So the recommended time length to use this crib for is up to around about 6 months with a maximum weight of 9 kilograms. So it definitely lasts you a lot longer than the average Moses basket. And I personally have used it up to around about 7 months with my child. I think the main reason you don't use it much beyond that is because your child starts to roll over, and so you're going to want to put them in a slightly more cot-like scenario rather than a crib. So that would be the same for all cribs, I would think. I wouldn't think you'd go much past 6 months with all cribs, and so this lasts you a really long time. How is the quality of the crib? So the crib definitely feels very sturdy. It feels quite bulky and heavy, so I would definitely say that you're not going to be moving this around as much as you would maybe with a Moses basket or something smaller, whereas with one of those you would definitely move it around the house throughout the day for different nap times. This, you're going to put it in the place where you're going to put it and then you're going to leave it there, because it would be a big hassle to move it around a lot. So right at the start it might be more for night times and keeping it in the bedroom. It is adjustable, so you can move it up and down depending on the height of your bed. For my personal bed, it doesn't quite go up high enough, so it's just a little bit lower than where my mattress comes to. I personally haven't found this to be an issue, but I definitely would check the height of your bed plus mattress to make sure that it goes pretty close to the edge of your mattress so it can be more convenient for yourself. So definitely check the instructions on that. But the height is adjustable, it goes down, it goes up, it has a bunch of different height settings, so that's definitely a good thing. But like I said, just double check how high your particular bed is. And the mattress that comes with the Chicco Next2Me does feel firm, which is good. A lot of people I've seen online complaining about how hard it feels, but if you go onto any trusted website, any website talking about safe sleep, it says to put your newborn baby, and all babies really, onto a firm mattress, because if it's too soft it's not as safe. So I personally think the Chicco Next2Me mattress is a good firmness. It's not hard and it's not soft, and I definitely feel very safe putting my baby on the mattress. Is the crib good value for money? So at the time of filming, this crib goes for around £150. I will link it below for you guys if you want to go and check it out. It is around £150, but I would say all cribs, or at least most cribs that I have seen that are from a good brand, are £140 to £200 approximately. So it is right in the middle towards the lower end of how expensive these types of cribs are, which I personally think is quite good. What I would say is that the sheets that you have to buy to go with the crib are kind of expensive. I personally think they're kind of expensive. So you can buy them at the moment for around 2 sheets for £20, and you do have to buy the branded ones because it's much more difficult to find just a generic brand sheets that fit in this crib. So that's a little bit annoying that I found, was the sheets were expensive, and of course if you buy branded sheets then they're more expensive, and it was really hard to find generic sheets. So that makes it a little bit more pricey, especially if you want to buy quite a few sheets for the crib. I looked at some of the other different versions of the Chicco Next2Me, and there is a version called the Dream version. Again, I'm going to link this down below so you can know exactly what I'm talking about. This one is about £160 on Amazon at the moment, and it is something that I would personally be tempted to look at as well. So it has a side that you can move up and down while it's still attached to the bed. This one you have to pull, I'll show you later, but you have to pull the side down and then attach it to the bed, and you can't easily pull it up and down. The Dream version you can pull up and down more easily, so that's quite a good feature. It also has more height settings at the side, so you can put it up higher and put it down lower, and there's more adjustments so you can get it closer to the size of your bed. and it also has a rocking function, which if that's something you're interested in, it also rocks, whereas this is much more of a standard, doesn't do anything kind of really, it just sits there, doesn't vibrate, doesn't rock. So I would definitely go and check out the Dream version of this as well if it's something you're thinking about, because it's not much more expensive at the moment anyway, and it'll get cheaper I think over time if you're watching this farther in the future. So definitely go and check that one out, I'll link it below. Chicco also have a magic version of the Chicco Next2Me, and personally I've looked at it, it's about £240. The reviews on it aren't really very good, and I personally can't see any additional functions to the Dream version anyway that would make me want to buy it. It's more expensive and it doesn't look to be any better than the other versions of the Chicco Next2Me, so I personally probably wouldn't look at that one. I'll link it below, you can go check it out and check out the 3 different ones and kind of do a side-by-side comparison. But I personally, if I was maybe looking at buying one of these new, I would personally maybe look at the Dream one and getting that. But I do want to say that an advantage of the Chicco Next2Me and the original version is that I personally anyway, depending where you live of course, but I personally find it easy to find second-hand versions of this. So I've had 2 of these now because I have 2 kids. I bought one with my first son of course, and he used it for 7 months, and I'm currently on my second child and he's using this one. So we've had 2 different ones, they've been very easy to find second-hand, and they're of course a lot cheaper second-hand. We've got ours for maybe £40–50 a time each second-hand, which I think is fantastic, and this one is perfect. The other one we had a bit of a stain on it. This one is pretty much pristine condition. So I would definitely go onto Facebook Marketplace or somewhere that you get second-hand things and have a little look, because the original version has been out longer, and so there's more likely to be second-hand versions of it floating around on the internet. I would say though, if you're going to get something second-hand, just make sure you get a mattress, a new mattress and new sheets, and of course do a good wash of it, and try and make sure it's not from a smoke-full home. Make sure it's from a smoke-free home. So that's what I would personally recommend. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on is it good value for money or not. Would I recommend the crib overall? Yes, I would. Like I said, this is my second time using the crib, so we do really like it, and we found it very good to use. We feel very safe using it. Like I said, everything about it to me is very safe. I personally prefer the feel of co-sleeping when my baby's right next to me. So I like to have my baby right next to me, but not necessarily in the bed with me all the time. I like to have the choice of having him right there, but like outside of the bed. So I personally really like the setup and the idea behind it. It definitely does what I want it to do. It isn't very portable, so if you want something that's portable and you're gonna move it all around the house, don't go for this. This is definitely more of a stay in the bedroom kind of scenario. But it's a great option if you don't want to buy multiple cribs. So I know a lot of people buy a Moses basket, which is really small. Moses baskets are tiny, and if you're a first-time mum, babies grow really fast, and so you can be out of the Moses basket in just a few weeks. So you're going to have to buy multiple versions of a Moses basket. You're going to buy a Moses basket, you're going to have to buy a bigger crib, and maybe another bigger crib. Whereas with this one, you're only going to have to buy one, and then move them on to a full-size cot after you're finished with this one. So it's good that you don't need to buy multiple cribs. So those are my thoughts on the Chicco Next2Me. If you have any additional questions that I've not covered here, leave a comment down below and I'll reply to you. But I'm going to go now on and talk about how you assemble it. So here are all the pieces laid out. There's a few different pieces. I will say overall that this Chicco Next2Me, before I get into the assembly, it is quite difficult to assemble personally. I found it quite tricky. I had to get my husband to show me how to do it, and you'll see in the images, the video here, that he's done quite a lot of the assembly because I find it quite tricky. So I will say it's quite tricky for me personally. If you're quite into like putting things together, then it's not tricky, but I personally find it quite tricky to put together, and I know my husband had to do it a few times the first time to kind of work it all out fully. So it's definitely one of the things you want to try out beforehand and before the baby gets here, so that you do know how to put it together when your baby arrives. The first thing you're going to want to do is put the middle section onto the legs. So get this little middle metal section here and just click it onto the legs at either side. You're then going to want to put the cover on. So you're going to put the cover kind of inside, the legs kind of inside the cover, so it's covering it slightly. And you're going to click the U section on top of that. And you're going to put, while you're clicking the U section on top, you're going to put the ends through the cover as well. So it kind of covers all of the metal frame. Then you're going to want to zip up right round the back, as you can see here. And there's 2 clips underneath the bottom that's going to want to click around the metal frame. So here you can see 2 clips, you're going to click them right around the metal frame. Then you get your plastic strip. It's a very wobbly plastic strip. You put it in the front, and this is just to provide more structure for the crib. Then stick your board on the bottom and your mattress on top of it. Then you're going to put the bar through the front section of the crib. This is the bit that folds up and down. It's a little bit tricky to get this bar through the material, so it does take a little bit of trying. But once you've got it through, you'll only need to take it off when you're going to wash it. And then you want to zip up either side of the crib, so this bit zips up, and this is showing you the crib in the section, the freestanding position. And here I'm just going to show you how to tilt the bed to the side. So this is an option. You can tilt it very slightly if your baby needs to be up, slightly up, right, for a reason, whether they're ill or they've got congestion or something, and you want to very slightly tip the crib up. Then this is the way you can do it. You just adjust the height at the side. I'm going to show you how to attach it to the bed now. So what you want to do is you want to get the side and just adjust it to the right height for your bed, like you did before for the tilting. You just click up and down on the side to make it the appropriate height, and you want to do this before you put it onto the bed because it makes it much easier. Then you want to put the straps around the mattress. As you can see here, you just wrap it right around your mattress and you clip it at the side with the red clip and tighten it. You want to make sure the legs are folded in nice and tight to your bed. And then you're going to clip the 2 grey clips together. One of the grey clips is from the crib itself, and the other grey clip is from the same bit which the red clip was attached to. So you're going to clip them together, and that's what attaches it to the bed. And you want to make sure it's really nice and tight into the bed, because of course your bed is going to be right next to the crib, and you don't want to have any kind of gap there because it's obviously not safe. So make sure it's really nice and tight in, and that's it. I'll show you some footage of my little baby in the bed. He is 6 weeks old in this footage, and that's the kind of space that he has in the crib. It's very nice and roomy, and I feel very safe using it, which I think is probably the #1 most important thing for the crib. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out my other videos if you like them. I'll link some here, and I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye guys.